Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where it is a Monday. And, well, Christmas is just right around the corner. And we're going to be talking today with a couple of different guests here. But first off, we have our friend Miranda. That's yes. I totally got dyslexic for a minute. Miranda. And Miranda is going to talk about something cool that you guys have coming up on Thursday. Yes. So welcome. Could you kind of tell everybody who you are?
Yes, my name's Miranda. I run the coffee shop, Daisy's Hometown Coffee Shop in Wellston, and I own the boutique. We have a building, and we call it the Shops on First. And within our building, we have Daisy's Hometown Coffee Shop, Randy's Wildflower Boutique, the Salon on First, which now has a spray tan booth. We're super excited about that.
Ooh, we could talk about that.
Yes, and then we also have Wellston's Faith and Fitness branch in the back of our building. So lots going on under one roof. The building itself sits across from Flowerland. It's the old Ray's Appliance building.
Yeah.
We've put in a drive-through through our coffee shop. So
cool.
Yes, we have a lounge area, so we're kind of able to serve those on the go and those that are looking for a unique space to hang out in. So that's been exciting. It's kind of just grown over the years. We get ideas and projects all the time.
Darn you, internet and Pinterest and all the things. TikTok.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, I know. I laugh so hard at my husband. He'll be like, "Hey, I saw on TikTok, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, why?
Right.
Why are you watching TikTok? But anyway, no, that's a whole other situation. So you have several different businesses within one
building.
Big building.
Yes.
How did that come to be? That's interesting.
Well, it started with the boutique and coffee shop. My mom wanted to have a coffee shop, and I had already had an online boutique, and I went to vendor events and stuff, and she was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And God kind of just worked it all out, and so that's where we started. And then we was like, okay, how can we use the whole building to serve our community? What we want to fill every inch of this space with good. We want to do good, right. Be good, be the light, and so that's kind of where it all started, and it's just God's just taken it from there, and it's really grown over the past 3 years. So we're super excited.
Very fun. So what could people expect when they come in? Are there different doors to get into the different businesses, or do you walk into one big building and then there's several different businesses? How's it work?
So there is a main door, and that is what you will use whenever you walk into the coffee shop and the boutique, or to get back to the Faith and Fitness area.
Okay. And
then there is a separate salon door, but they're connected through a hallway or through a doorway as well. So one door, you can get to everything.
Awesome.
But yes.
So are you making coffee and doing hair all at the same time? Or
I make coffee. I make coffee and sell clothes, but I don't do hair. We rent out to a couple of girls, Rhonda Kazee and Jasmine Henry. They're both in our salon right now. And we have a couple of spaces available for hair, and we're looking for a nail tech if anybody out there is interested.
Hey, there you go.
But we like that it's kind of the one-stop shop. You can get your coffee, you can treat yourself to a little something out of the boutique, or get a spray tan, your hair done. And then in the back, we have different exercises. And it's kind of just very much like Jesus at the center of it all, but a come-as-you-are environment. So
sure.
We really love that. We also have a blessing box. That's a big ministry that we do out front of our building. And it gets used quite often, and we love that. So really, we're just trying to find different ways to serve all the areas. I really don't want to just pick one age group or one category. I'm like, what can we do for each category in our community? And that's what makes the Sip and Shop so fun, is we kind of have a lot going on, especially this Sip and Shop, because we have a different flight board. We do like a coffee flight and a hot chocolate flight.
Oh,
Yes,
fun.
yes. And then we're also hosting, we're calling it a Reindeer Games Christmas party for our Faith and Fitness is kind of putting that on. So we're going to have a bunch of Christmas games going on, cookie decorating. And then we also, Samantha Wiseman, I don't know if you know her or not, but she is amazing. She is heading up, putting on a Wellston Sidewalk Market, sort of like is going on here in
really
Jackson.
Cool.
Yes, and so she's the head of it. I'm just a helper. But we are right now hosting that in the back of our building, just during the cold months, the winter months. We're hosting it in the Faith and Fitness area. So there'll also be like 10 vendors there this Thursday for a Sip and Shop that'll be putting on the kind of like a little preview of what we hope for the Wellston Sidewalk Market to be once the weather breaks.
You know, and that's so cool. So you were telling me that you're going to try to do this, or you do the Sip and Shop every
Third Thursday
of
the month.
One a month. 5 times fast.
Right.
Third Thursday. So that is super cool. And then so it's cool because you have the building to do it in, but once the weather breaks, then outside everybody goes. And that'll be really cool. So you'll have that plus then the sidewalk market as well.
Yes.
So you can always plan to do that third Thursday.
Yes.
Okay, so the Sip and Shop is this coming Thursday.
Yep.
And tell us a little bit about those coffee flights and the hot chocolate flights.
Yes. So this month is our Christmas Sip and Shop. So they're all Christmas oriented or themed. We like to dress them up, make them look kind of fancy. Some of the flavors we're going to have is a white chocolate peppermint latte, and we're also going to do that on the hot chocolate flight as well. We have a sugar cookie one that we're doing, which is usually a pretty good seller of ours. And then last week we sold out of our cookie butter, so we're hoping that it is back in stock in time to put it on the flight. But it's just 4 drinks, and they can pick between the hot chocolate or the latte. The flavors are the same. And then we're also doing the cookie decorating, so you can get a sugar cookie and decorate it. It's a good time, like to bring work friends or just family. It's really built for anybody. Or even if you don't have someone to come with you, like still come, because everybody's looking to make friends, and it's really just an opening and welcoming environment.
Sure. And I think, you know, in knowing Josie, who kind of started Faith and Fitness, I think that one of the best things about what you all are doing is the fact that there is no judgment. Like everybody is welcome, and I'm not trying to get like judgy about it, but sometimes when you bring religion into things, there are some judgments.
Yes, and that is not what Jesus. That's not who Jesus was or is.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, no, Jesus was in the streets, and that's really what our goal is. Our aim is we want to meet people like Jesus. You know, like Jesus. Like we're all just struggling and trying to hang in there, right?
I mean, life's hard enough. You don't need to be judged along the way for one silly thing or whatever. And you know, if there's anything I can, if I think of church and Bible school and all the things that I ever learned over my time, is that we should all love each other. Yes. That's it.
Yes.
Like that's it.
Yes. Yes.
So I think that's so good, that it is such a welcoming environment. Everybody is welcome.
Come as you are.
Come as you are.
We have a big sign on our wall, and it's huge, and that's what it is, and that's why I hope people get. I fear sometimes that people hear faith and fitness, and they get a little like just weary about it. I'm like, no, like it is not like.
Well, I
think it's very opening and welcoming.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
Come as you are. It is. It's not
the opposite of what you would be scared about.
Yes, right.
I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm going to walk past a church that's going to blow up or catch on fire or something.
Right.
But no, I'm joking about that. But like, I think some people feel like, oh gosh.
Yes.
But it's Yeah.
Yeah, that's
whatever
not what
you
Jesus
have in your
wanted.
brain, it's completely the opposite of that.
Yes, very much. Yes.
Yeah. So, so get some coffee. So tell us about your boutique while you're here. I
Okay,
mean,
yes.
let's plug this sucker.
All right. So in our boutique, we have kids clothing. We're really working on growing that selection. I have a little girl, and I'm all about the kids clothes now.
I'll bet.
But we also have a variety of jeans, shoes, sweatshirts, t-shirts, dressy tops, kind of just a variety of it all. We also recently, in the past few months, Vintage 2, that was originally out at the 4 Mile greenhouse.
Okay.
She has relocated and is also in our shop, so we've got a bunch of unique finds from Vintage 2 there now, worked in with the boutique. It's so pretty.
Fun.
Karen Carson is her name, and she's phenomenal. She's great. And so now it's kind of really just a variety of things in the boutique area. We carry the Itsy Ritsy diaper bags that are kind of a big trend right now.
Okay.
And just different things like that. It's really, you could find a gift for anybody if you're needing to gift shop. There's just a little bit of it all.
It's so nice. And thank you for like going out on that limb and taking that leap, because we went for a long time around here, and we had, one big box store to shop at, and that's pretty much it. And all of these folks that are, going out on that limb and doing what you're doing, it's so appreciated. I mean, for me especially, just because I think it's so nice that you don't have to drive to Columbus or get on Amazon or whatever.
Right.
Like, you can just drive in town, pick up something that's a unique gift or for yourself.
Right? Yes,
as a
definitely.
treat.
Yes.
And you don't have to go far away. So yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you can get your hair did while you're doing it.
Yeah, that's right.
And Marcia will be very happy to know from the health department that you were talking about a new spray tan booth at the thing, which means people aren't getting out in the sun and damaging their skin.
Right. Yes. It's super nice. We're loving
spray
that.
tan. I think they're so great, especially like if you have a party to go to or you're going out with some friends. You just want a little color.
Yes. And your makeup always goes on so much better.
Yes.
I'm like, love it.
This time of the year, we all start to get pretty, transparent looking.
Yes.
Our skin is so white that you can just see through it. So it's always nice to have that color as well.
Yes.
So, well, very good. Okay, so the Sip and Shop this coming Thursday. What are the times, so the hours?
It will be going from 5 to 8 p.m. So 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
And then all of the reindeer games and the Faith and Fitness Christmas party that's open to everybody. It's going on during that time as well. The sidewalk market, the indoor version of it, will be going on during that time. So lots to do Thursday.
Yep.
We're excited.
Can you bring the kids?
Yes, of course. Yep. Doors
Decorate
are open
some
to all.
cookies?
Yes. So we're super excited.
Very good. Well, Miranda, while you're here, is there anything else you wanted to tell our viewers?
Not that I can think of. We hope to see you soon at the Shops on First for whatever your need may be.
Yeah,
we definitely would love to have you join us at our Faith and Fitness branch. We team up a lot with Jackson. We love Jackson. Josie is amazing.
She's great.
Yes, she is. But it is nice to have some class options in Wellston too. So it seems like we're kind of pulling from Vinton County a little bit too with that.
Yep.
People that may not be able to drive or have time to drive clear to Jackson. It seems like we're picking up some of those. So it's really been great.
And again, with Faith and Fitness, you may find, a tribe that you maybe didn't have in your life before. And again, it's okay if you don't go to church, or it's okay. Right. Like, you are welcome. It's just about exercise, having fun, fellowship, and support, you know?
100%. Everybody is longing for friendship, and connection. I mean, the world just needs more connection, and that's what Faith and Fitness does. Our workouts are really fun. We always have a devotion and prayer at the end, and it's just a good time.
It's win-win, right?
It is.
Because you're feeling good, you've exercised, you meet some cool people along the way, and have that support system. So
Yes, and try every class. Like, don't let the class like scare you. Because, for example, a lot of times my favorite one is the boxing, and people are like, "Ugh," and I'm like, no, like, come, because we make everything modifiable. So any fitness level, any age. I just encourage everybody to try any of the classes. Our faith and fitness team, the instructors, they are amazing. We love them so much. They have all put in the time, and so there's really just something for everybody.
I'm going to tell you what. Take the boxing class.
Yeah, take the boxing.
It's fun.
Actually, yeah. When is it? It's tomorrow. Tuesday is our Mary Punchmas event. So it is a boxing class at 5:45.
Listen, you can just beat the tar out of that thing if you want. Like, it's fine.
Yes. But
well, very good. So all of that going on. Do you have maybe some social media accounts or anything like that where people can check things out?
Yes. So our we have a Facebook page for the building as a whole, and we really try to share all the different things on that page, and it is called The Shops on First. Our coffee shop page is Daisy's Hometown Coffee Shop. Our salon, which will have like the information for the tanning and all the hair stuff, that is called The Salon on First. And then the boutique is Randy's Wildflower Boutique. And then Faith and Fitness is Faith and Fitness -Wellston to find our branch with our events. So,
very cool.
I think that's all of it.
All of that under one roof. Come out this coming Thursday, to the Sip and Shop. Get some great coffee or hot chocolate. Try the little flight boards where you can get, I assume, like four.
Yep, there's
four different ones.
Yep.
Little samples of each. It would be really, really fun and really, really cool.
Yes, we're excited.
Awesome. I don't know why my phone's listening to me. What did I say? That's creepy and
Siri
weird.
wants to come.
Yeah, I guess so. Stop listening. All right. Well, welcome to the program. We're happy to have you here, and you're welcome back anytime. How's that?
Well, thank you very much.
Of course. All right. Well, Marcia from the Jackson County Health Department is waiting in the wings. So let's have a message from our friends at Vinton County Bank, and then we'll be back with her on the other side.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Okay. Yeah. And we're back. Okay. All right. Cool. And we are back with our good friend Marcia Radabaugh from the Jackson County Health Department.
Yep.
And she has brought show and tell and toys today.
That's
Yay!
right. Hey. My hair looks terrible today.
No, it does not. Our camera's a little, I think the setting's a little off. We'll get it fixed up, though.
I thought I was late today, and I was actually an hour early. I don't know how I done that. I got up. I thought, oh, no, I have to be here like at 7:45.
Oh, honey.
I must have been excited.
You were.
Yeah.
See, she acts like she doesn't. She acts like she doesn't like us, but she gets up an hour early to come hang with us.
Yeah. Right. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So I was able to get a lot of stuff done that I needed to get done.
Hey, there you go.
Where I thought I was late. Being late. I was rushing.
Well, that's okay. We're always happy to see you. Do you have all your Christmas stuff ready to go?
No.
No, same.
No. So, yeah. And that will be the day before.
Yes.
I'm
and
sure.
If somebody looks at me and says, oh, yes, I'm super prepared, I'm going to punch them in the face.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I really won't. As we were just talking about everyone being welcome and loving each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for all you people that are prepared for Christmas.
Right. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I'm excited about the places in Wellston now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked some at Grace Clinic there.
Yes.
So that'll be nice to maybe stop in, get there early and stop in and shop a little bit at their store, because I've been to their coffee
Absolutely.
shop. I didn't know that they had all this other stuff
Yeah.
that was going on. So yeah, I've been to the coffee shop and the gift shop. So it's really nice in there. It really
Got a
is.
whole lot of stuff going on.
Yep. Yep.
For sure. Well, Marcia,
Okay.
when you stop by, sometimes we talk about this, that, and the other, but a lot of times we talk about smoking and the fact that you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And
True.
the fact that if you want to quit and have made that conscious decision, you're here to help. With
Right.
that.
Right. I do go around. I go to Wellston once a week and meet with kids that got caught vaping or smoking.
Oh.
Yep. And so a couple weeks ago, I had this little gadget,
Okay.
and it's a little, they call it a smokalizer, I think. That's what, do they call that? What is CO monitor? Yeah.
Okay.
And you can put this in and breathe into it.
Okay.
You hold your breath and you breathe into it, and it will tell you, I have like a graph, like where you are in your lung capacity, like it'll give you like the danger zone, like, it could cause a degree of addiction to nicotine.
Okay.
And sort of like the damage, to your lungs, that
So
type
where
of thing.
you're at on the scale.
Yeah. So they have like non-smoker, danger zone, smoker, frequent smoker, and then it'll tell you, like what's going on with your lungs and your body at each of those zones.
Okay.
So it's really a nice, handy little tool.
Can we try it out?
Yeah. You want to do it?
Sure.
Okay.
What do I do?
Okay. Well, let me get her turned on.
I mean, I don't smoke, so if something comes up, this is going to be real bad.
I know. Okay, hold your breath. And then when that goes off, breathe into it. And just keep breathing until it goes to 0. Okay.
I ran out of air.
There you go. Okay. So, on here, you're definitely not a smoker because it's a 1. And then a 0.2, okay, that's showing that, 0.2. So you're still in a very good, your lungs are in a very good place.
Yay!
Right there. So you're excellent.
Okay. Woo!
Mine was about the same
Was
when I
it?
did it, yeah.
That's awesome.
But it was interesting because, like, when we had, kids that got caught smoking,
Yes.
and you can tell which ones just maybe had done it for the first time, because they were very low on the scale, but then, like, boyfriend or girlfriend was really
It's
high.
like, oh, boy.
So,
I mean, really, even young people are having their lungs affected already?
Yes. Especially if they're vaping, because, you're looking at a pack of cigarettes in one vape. And if they do it regularly, yeah. So it was handy because I had like some kids that maybe were trying it for the first time and got caught.
That would have been me. I was always that kid that just don't do anything because you're going to get caught.
Yeah, you are, So they were fine, it's like, woo, but it made them think, and then like their boyfriend or girlfriend, they were higher. It was showing they were like addicted to nicotine.
Oh my, really?
Yeah.
And they're young.
Yes.
So what are they thinking that they're going to be when they're not young?
Exactly. And, so I talk to them like, if their boyfriend and girlfriend, they get caught together, which happens a lot, No. I talk to them, about, wanting to live a long, happy, romantic life with each other.
Well, sure.
And they're blood red and giggly. But, they were very interested once they saw how it was affecting their own body, because we can get out and talk to them, and show videos other kids that really had some, really horrible issues, medical issues with vapes. But when they see it, how it's actually affecting them personally,
Yeah.
then they're taking a little better note of maybe I better
I'm
stop
not
doing
invincible.
this. Yeah.
Like I'm on up here on this scale,
Yes,
and
exactly.
I'm 15 years old.
Right.
Like this
right.
is crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. But, we have them, which I've never talked to any kids this age, but they, the normal starting age is like around 11 for vapes, about 5th, 6th grade. Yep. So it's...
Well, where are they getting this stuff?
Usually
you have
their
to be
siblings.
21, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, from their siblings.
Oh, okay.
And then, a lot of their siblings are just getting it from other adults that might be just barely over the age that they still run around with and things
Sure.
like that.
Or steal it from mom and dad.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I've talked to parents too. They might, smoke cigarettes, but their kids are vaping, and it's like, you want to set a good example. And if you want your child off of vapes, you're going to have to stop.
I know.
Because the
Yeah,
addiction to vapes is way worse than what a cigarette is,
Really? Okay.
that time. So eventually they all get to the same place. But in my opinion, the vapes are a lot faster as far as damage and
Really?
nicotine. And plus, you're looking at all the chemicals that are in the...
Yeah, I mean, at least tobacco grows in the ground. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, right.
At least it's somewhat natural, I
Yes,
guess. If you're
exactly.
gonna,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff in there too, but like,
Right, yeah.
at least it's not 100% chemicals.
Right.
That you're
exact-
breathing into your very lungs that you need to live on
Yeah.
the daily. Air's kind of good.
Right, exactly.
Air's kind
Your
of a good
lungs
thing.
are just made for air and nothing else.
Yes, yes.
So-
Yeah, we have to breathe enough bad crap out in the
Right.
world and let alone do it on purpose,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, exactly, yeah.
So I was
So-
looking down at your paper here, and it says the good news. And so I was kind
Yes.
of looking about that because is it possible that, if you're up here, so I blew like a 0.2 or something, which is non-smoker, like down at the very, very, very bottom.
Right.
The top is 10 point something.
Yes.
So, oh my God.
Woo.
So if you get up, so if you blow into Marsha's little magic box thing here,
Yeah.
and you've got like an 8 on the screen.
Yeah.
But you just say, okay, enough's enough.
Right.
Is it possible that things can be reversed?
Yes, they say that I believe it's 10 minutes after you stop smoking that your lungs start to heal. So eventually, yes, your lungs will heal if you stop.
As long as they're not too far gone.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because, you're looking then at like COPD and emphysema, and
Which
things
is a
like
permanent
that.
damage.
Right. Exactly. That, you probably have to have oxygen, all the time. And, but yes, if you smoke for 10 or 20 years, it'll still start healing your lungs if you
That's
quit.
awesome.
Yeah. So that's the good news about it.
Yeah, I love this. I love this paragraph. Like, when you stop smoking, the level of carbon monoxide in your blood falls almost immediately. Mm-hmm. It will be the same as a non-smoker's within a couple of days.
Right.
You think, carbon monoxide kills you, right? Like,
Right.
so
Yes.
you're breathing this in on purpose. Like, don't do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
This is the first positive benefit that demonstrates your body is healing from some of the damage caused by smoking. Your blood will carry more oxygen, which is good, and you'll have more energy, better circulation, and increased concentration. Well, thank God for that.
Yes.
Don't we all need that?
Right. Yeah, your blood pressure can drop, everything. So, it just really benefits because, nicotine, smoking, it keeps everything, swollen, like your arteries and things. So, it doesn't block any blood moving throughout your body or your lungs or anything like that. So,
It's all
yeah.
good.
Yes. So, we really want to help people, I've talked to a lot of people, and I've had, people come in, to talk to me, and there's no judgment. People do things for whatever reason. It's just that we want to help people get healthy again. They have a right to have a good, happy, healthy life, and we just want to help, get them there,
Absolutely. And, and that's the whole point. And as you said, no judgment. Like if you walk in and say, I have smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day for 30 years, help.
Yeah.
You're going to say, thank you for being here.
Yes,
Not like, what were you thinking?
Right, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
you'd like to sometimes, but obviously we're not going to do that.
No, it's like, great,
point
thanks
is
for coming in.
that first day that you say, I want to quit, cool.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
So what are some tools, I know we've talked about it before, but what are some tools that you have to help people? Because, not everybody can say, I threw the pack of cigarettes in the trash and that was the end of that.
Right,
and that was the last one I ever smoked and
right.
whatever.
Ohio has a program. It's called 1-800-QUIT NOW.
Okay.
And I can set them up with that. And they and this is for adults, 18 and older. They will even send you free nicotine replacement therapy if you need that, like gum, patches, things like that. You don't have to pay for anything. And then they also have counselors on the other end. So if you want to talk to someone, they'll help walk you through it, especially when you're having those urges, because it is very difficult, to stop any habit like that. And because nicotine is a drug,
It is a drug, but then you got that mental addiction too of, well, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Right.
I drive all the time, and that's what helped me pass the time.
Right.
I'm sure you've heard it all.
Oh,
What are
yeah.
some of the things that you hear that are
it's
so hard for people?
Yeah, or like when they get stressed, or like you said, they like the feel of holding a cigarette or a vape. There's like a lot of kids that have tried to stop. That's one of the big things. It's not, it's the feel of it, of holding that.
It's like a security blanket.
Yes,
almost.
yes.
Like it's just like
and a lot of people don't even realize, or kids I've talked with, they don't even realize that they're hooked. They don't think they're addicted until I show them that, and say, I know better. You are.
Oh, really? Because your lungs are telling a different story here, buddy.
So, so, you can get on that 1-800-QUIT NOW.
Okay.
And, and if you need help with that, give me a call, the health department, Marcia. And
Ask for Marcia.
yeah. And, it's a really good program. Like I said, you can get on there and talk to counselors anytime. You can text, email them, call them on the phone, if you want more in person.
Sure.
And that's the same thing with teens. They can get on My Life, My Quit. And I didn't bring isn't that stupid? I didn't bring the information, but you can give me a call or just Google My Life, My Quit.
Okay.
.com, or you can even do that.
This is for the youngins.
Yeah, this is from like 13 to 17-year-olds.
Okay.
And it's the same thing. Or you can call 1-800-QUIT NOW, and they'll put you over to the teen department, I guess, of the QUIT program. And it's the same thing. They won't, call your parents. It's all private.
Okay.
There's things that, may be causing, a teen or anyone, to smoke due to stress or anxiety, and they have counselors there that can deal with that. And, and that's what I've even told kids when I've gone to the school, even if you're thinking about vaping or smoking or drinking, you can get on there and talk to someone. You don't have to necessarily be addicted to nicotine,
Sure.
to get help. because we all understand that, there's just a lot of stress in kids' lives anymore.
Way more than there should be.
Yeah, when we were kids,
Oh my
when I was a
gosh.
kid.
We were able to be kids.
Yeah, exactly. And so you can get on there and, talk to someone. And,
Wonderful.
like I even told kids, like when I was a teenager, which is 100 years ago, there were things that I was going through that I wouldn't want anyone to know about.
Right.
And really kept it into myself.
Sure.
And I know other people do that as well. And it'd been so nice if I'd had some help,
Sure.
instead of just leaving it all on my shoulders and
Yep.
having high blood pressure and everything else when I got older, So, so it's all private. It's just between you and that counselor.
That's
and
awesome.
it's really, so that's mylifemyquit.com. And you can get on there and do that, and they will give you help.
Love that. And
Yeah.
Again, if you're a youngin' and you're like, well, I'm not even legally allowed
Right.
to have this stuff, they're going to come arrest me and take
Yeah.
me away. No.
No.
The whole point is just want you all to
Right.
To stop if
Yeah.
you want to.
Yeah, they don't ask any questions like how are you getting,
Yeah.
the vapes or whatever you're taking. They're just there to help. They want people to be healthy and happy as well. Yeah.
That's kind of the whole point, right?
Yeah, it is.
And we were talking about carbon monoxide, which I didn't even know. I'll be honest with you. I didn't
Yeah.
even realize that carbon monoxide was something that you were taking in when you were
Yes.
smoking.
Yes.
Because carbon monoxide's like what people die from, like
Yeah.
the silent killer thing, right?
Yeah, when they don't have proper ventilation
Yeah.
in their house and
So you're doing
Yeah.
this to yourself on purpose?
yes.
Like, weird.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And of course that can cause heart problems, circulation problems.
Yeah.
Certainly if you're pregnant, bad.
Oh my goodness, yes. And the thing with, especially with vaping too, is once that oil, you have the nicotine, but then with the vaping, it's the oils and, the chemicals from the flavorings that's
It's
in
not
there.
just water,
No,
air.
there
It's-
is no water in vapes at all. It's all oil.
So,
yeah. And
think about that.
Right. And once that oil gets in there, it's makes little particles in your lungs, and they land inside, the airways
Mm-hmm.
and, the elasticity of your lungs. It lands in those little holes that are in your lungs that make your lungs move. And once that gets all clogged up, your lungs can't expand anymore.
Okay.
And then they just, that's where,
They're stuck.
they're stuck, and people, that's when you really have lung problems. And, and it's probably been about 5 or 6 years ago, there was a boy, he was the first lung transplant in the United States that had that happen. I mean, his lungs just couldn't expand. They became brittle, and he actually had to have lungs. And what's interesting, too, is people can vape for 5 years, and then it just hits them like that.
like that.
All of a sudden, they can't breathe. So it's sort of like, you're playing Russian roulette with
Sure.
that, because you think, well, I'm fine, I'm not. But then one day it's, it can hit and put you in the hospital, life-threatening.
Right.
So, if you're vaping, you want to get off as quick as you can, to be real honest. Yeah.
There you go. And the great news is there is help out there for you.
Yes.
Either the 1-800-QUIT-NOW if you are an adult,
Mm-hmm.
or what's the other one?
mylifemyquit.com.
Life my quit. And you were talking about the fact that they will send you like the gum or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Are you finding that is helpful for people, or because I talked
Yeah.
with one girl, she was like, I just got addicted to the gum.
Well,
Which, I mean, that's probably better than smoking. So,
right.
you
Yeah,
know.
it's nothing's going into your lungs. That's where the counselors come in.
Okay. So you got to do the whole thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not just that. That's why you need, counseling as well.
Okay.
Because I thought that too. I thought, well, then you just, you still have the
start
nicotine.
Well, I'm just chewing that gum like crazy.
Right. Right. But yeah. So, because the nicotine is still affecting your body.
Yes.
It's still, it's is swelling, your blood vessels and things.
Sure.
So you do want to get off of that. But yeah that's why you definitely need the counseling with it to help.
Makes total sense.
Yeah, anyone that's addicted to anything really needs help, counseling, someone to talk to and guide them through it.
Yep.
So that's very, very important process.
Very
Yeah.
good. Okay. Well, Marcia, Pete walked in. Is there anything else you would like to tell our viewers while you're here?
Just I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and stay safe. And if you need help, give me a call or
Call
get on one of
Marcia.
those sites. Yes.
Yeah, no, and just please remember that your area health department is such an amazing, probably underutilized resource.
Yes.
Let them be the first call, and they can get you in the right direction,
Right.
no matter what's going on.
Right. Exactly.
And that's to me very comforting to know that there's somebody to call that can help you.
Right. Yeah. A lot of caring, concerned people over there that just want to help.
Sure.
Help people and get them healthy.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
All right. Well, Marcia, thank you. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
for letting me know that my lungs seem to be in tip-top shape.
That's right. Right. Yay.
No smoking.
Yay.
That would have been really embarrassing if I'd have been preaching about all this. And
I need to go to the doctor.
You just said, well, you are a heavily addicted smoker.
Help.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Lordy.
All right. Well, Pete walked
Okay.
in, so
Yay.
thank you, Marcia. Have a wonderful holiday.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you, thank you. And we'll see
ya.
you soon.
All righty.
All righty. Come on over, Pete. We'll talk about what's going on with the news. Pete ducked out on us on Friday. It's right over here. Yep. Yep. Nope, you're fine. Thanks, Marcia.
Thank you.
Pete, how was your trip on Friday?
Very good. Very
Yes,
good.
you went to the big city.
Yeah, a few other people were there too.
Yeah, I'll bet.
But no, it went.
Thanks,
it
girls.
went fine. Did our appointed rounds and got back safely. So that's big.
Did you go to a mall? What did you do in Columbus?
Polaris.
Polaris Mall. Was it packed?
Pretty busy.
Yeah.
Pretty busy.
Did you get to see Santa?
Well, he was in more than one place. It was amazing.
He was following you.
I must have been.
He was keeping his eyes on you.
Well, he was kind of watching the kids. I feel a little neglected now, but that's okay. I had my time.
Didn't get to sit on his lap this time, huh?
Did not.
No?
I was busy doing other things.
Okay.
But I did enjoy seeing Santa.
Okay.
Because Santa always brings smiles, and we need smiles, right?
That's right. We need all the Santas we can get.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, well,
So
we're
what's going on?
Well, we got to start off this morning with a report we just received about an hour here before TV time from the Wellston Police Department. They are reporting a crime followed by an arrest of a suspect.
Okay.
This took place in about a 6 or 7 hour period Friday evening into early Saturday morning. But it all started off with a report from an 11th Street residence in Wilson, that's on the south side, of a lot of items taken from their garage. Subsequently, the Wellston Police Department, of course, started an investigation. They received some information about a vehicle that was apparently seen that might have been, considered to be a suspect, and a person as well. I think they got some information through social media.
Okay.
And about, let's see, when was it? At about a little after 10 p.m. that same evening, there was a vehicle that was driving on Broadway Street. Just off Pennsylvania Avenue, where the road is divided and there's concrete in the middle there. It's like a divided highway, even though it's in town. Well, somebody was driving a car on the wrong side, going the wrong direction. So that drew attention to them anyway.
Sure.
And of course, the police followed them as they turned onto Ohio Avenue. And it turned out that this vehicle looked like the same that was listed as a suspect in the burglary early.
Okay.
The Wellston Police Department had already been to Vinton County and got information from the Vinton County Sheriff's Office and cooperated with the Vinton County Sheriff's Office in checking a residence where they thought the suspect might be. That turned up empty, but then they had this traffic-related thing where they saw what could have been the suspect's vehicle, driving the wrong way on Broadway Street. Well, the vehicle did not respond to the lights and siren to pull over, and took off through town, went out 2nd Street, turned on Broadway, went on Broadway to 93, crossed 93 onto State Route 788 with the police department following. And this vehicle wrecked on State Route 788 near the Fairgreens Road intersection. And the man in the vehicle was identified as Timothy Wise, age 31, with a Langsville address. That's in Meigs County.
Okay.
He was arrested, and according to the release from the Wellston Police Department, they do believe that Mr. Wise was the suspect in the burglary as well, and the vehicle was that vehicle that was tied also to that burglary. Gotcha. And he was incarcerated, and after being checked out at the hospital to make sure he didn't have any injuries in the wreck, he faces charges of burglary, theft, failure to comply with the order or signal of a police officer. That's like fleeing and eluding. Possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug instruments, and of course several traffic-related offenses. So he was in jail, unless somehow he's been out since then. Okay. And he faces these charges. And so Wellston Police Chief John Robinson, of course, was wanted to put out this release because an arrest was made just hours after the burglary. They started off with no information at all other than the fact that there was a burglary. And so he thanked other agencies that helped, including the Vinton County Sheriff's Office, the Jackson Police Department, the Highway Patrol, Jackson County EMS, and the Sheriff's Office. And he wanted to offer special thanks to the social media community. As he put it, the broad reach of shared information was tremendously helpful in identifying the suspect and his vehicle in this matter. Okay. And remember, whenever you think you might have information that might be helpful, it may not even be a crime that law enforcement is aware of until they get some kind of tip. You can always do an anonymous tip. Law enforcement is interested in the information, not so much where it came from. Sure. So you can always do this. So anyway, that was just a report that came out this morning, and we'll be following up on that. Hey, we talked about Nolan Johnson and his big week last week, being named to the United States Military Academy, signing to play football there, and of course being first team All-Ohio. Brock Netter, who does some sports writing for us, had a wonderful feature article on an interview on Nolan that was in Saturday's paper. So we urge you to check that out. You might know Nolan only through him wearing number 6 and breaking tackles and running through touchdowns. But this is kind of like an inside look at the young man. It's very interesting. And we're going to have another report about another outstanding athlete coming in a subsequent issue. Last Saturday evening, Hannah Potts, who is one of the best softball players in the state, I have no doubt. She's back for one more year at Wellston High School. She signed her letter of intent to go Division I, that's as big as you can go in colleges and universities, to Western Michigan. So Todd Compston was there to cover that, and I know he will be following up. Okay, I want to tell you about some Christmas stuff that I've kind of put off. First of all, the Cavalier Roller Rink did have their 75-year anniversary party yesterday. I haven't talked to Dale Wetzel since, but I do know that they offered free skating on Sunday afternoon to celebrate their 75 years in business. And I told him, when we talked with him, and, there was a story in Saturday's paper that Alex Shope wrote, our editorial assistant, where he kind of got behind the scenes with the history of that rink. And the reason it's called the reason it's called the Cavalier Roller Rink is the first Cavalier Roller Rink was in Chillicothe, which makes sense. Chillicothe Cavaliers, right? Well, the same family opened one in Jackson subsequently in 1949, and so
we were there, weren't we, Pete?
Well, not quite, but it's a marvelous story because I tell you, if if you check out, a good source is to check out an old newspaper or an old yearbook.
Yeah.
And if you go back 50 years, even 30 years or 20 years, you'll find that some of those sponsors in there that are sponsoring or putting ads in or sponsoring ads in the yearbook so the kids can have a yearbook, they change. They're not the same ones. Businesses come and go, especially locally owned ones.
They do.
Because, it stops working, families stop doing it, et cetera. Well, this one has been going for 75 years
That's
in a
cool.
specialty area, roller skating.
Very cool.
So hats off to them. And that story was in Saturday's paper as well. But now I want to touch on some Christmas stuff. Even though I haven't been able to do it because of time, I've got to show you why it's going to cooperate with me on this. Some pictures from the Davis McCormick Christmas concert,
Okay.
which was not this weekend, but last weekend, because it was a sellout. That's never happened before. But at the Christmas concert, not only did the Davis McCormick Choir sing, because you had the men's and women's choirs. They sang separately. They sang together. They were on the stage the whole time. But then there was also a children's choir that sang for the first time. The Jackson County Community Children's Choir is what they called it. They were a big hit. And then the Jackson Combined Church Handbell
Very
Choir
cool.
under the direction of Paul Hogue, who keeps going in the music
I
world,
know.
does so much here for everybody. They performed as well. So it was a big hit. There was not a seat to be had at the Marquet Cultural Arts Center. And Wyatt, do you have those pictures to pop up there? Okay, go ahead and pop those up, and I'll try to identify them as we go along. This is from the Davis McCormick Christmas. That is Bella Boggs. She was a member, of course, of the children's choir, and she was courageous enough to do a little bit of a solo part.
Nice.
So that was nice. And this is the whole children's choir. You can see Bella there in the front row. I'm guessing there were 20, 25 kids in that. And I'm telling you, and I'm being dead honest here, it wasn't just that they performed. I know that's cute, right? They were good.
Yeah.
They were so good. Give Kelly Wall a lot of credit for that. She was the children's choir director. And that is the redoubtable Mary Elizabeth Billman, one of the most respected, beloved persons in this town. She has supported music so much in different ways, much of it through the schools, of course, helping with the vocal music program and the instrumental music program, much of it as a volunteer. Well, here's what Mary Elizabeth did this time to support music. She jumped in and was the pianist, the accompanist for the choirs for this concert, because their longtime accompanist, Stevie Jarvis, came down ill, was not able to rehearse for several weeks. So what are we going to do? Stevie may not. Now, Stevie's fine now. She was even at the concert. But Mary Elizabeth jumped in some weeks ago to be the guest accompanist, and they actually gave her a floral arrangement and a tribute, announced what she had done.
That's awesome.
She saved the day.
Yay!
So she deserves credit for that. She's going to have her very own organ recital at the First Presbyterian Church of Jackson. I believe it's on December the 29th. So we'll tell you more about that as well. But she is the organist for the Presbyterian Church here in Jackson, as well as the Holy Trinity Catholic Church.
Nice.
She is a music all-star.
She is. That's an understatement.
All right, and we also want to tell you about another Christmas thing that is ongoing at the Herbert Westcote Memorial Library in MacArthur. Mm-hmm. They have a festival of trees there. And how that works is sponsors put the trees in there, all right? But the second part of it is, of course, they're on display, so that's all nice and all. But it's more than just window dressing in the library. People can come in and in a silent auction type thing, can bid on those trees all the way through. I think it's this weekend.
Nice.
The bid deadline is Friday, December 20th. And those proceeds then go to the library's Gift of Reading program.
Love that.
So you see the tree, you like the tree, okay, I'll give $50 for it. I'll give $100 for it.
Okay.
And so you know how the silent auction works. And so you can check out those trees. I think we have some of those there, Wyatt, to show. The Festival of Trees from the Herbert Westcote Memorial Library. There we are. There's just a sampling of 3 of the trees. I'm not sure how many there are, but there's a number of them there, and they are beautiful. These decorated trees that we see in the parks, and there are 4 locations, Manpower Park in Jackson, Pride Park in Wellston, the Fairgrounds in Wellston, and Central Memorial Park in Oak Hill, you really need to take a look at those trees in the daylight, because then you
Sure.
can see the decorations, not just the lights.
Yep.
But this is at the library, and there's still time to participate in this at the Herbert Westcote Memorial Library. And we want to remind you that the Jackson County Women's Club candy shops are still open.
Oh, heck
now, they
yeah.
opened early in mid-November, but they are still going. And according to Alex Shope, who stopped by this candy shop in Wellston, there's two of them in Jackson and Wellston. He stopped off at the candy shop in Wellston, and by golly, they still got candy. And the plan is to keep those candy shops open, 1024 South Pennsylvania Avenue in Wellston, 269 Bridge Street in Jackson, through Friday, December the 30th.
Very cool.
And they've got lots of stuff. And I tell you what, one of the ladies, I'm not sure who, but God bless her, she dropped by with a tin of candy for
Nice.
us here at Total Media, and it's outside in the hall.
Oh,
So I don't know
goody.
whether it's still there, because it was out there
Is
an
it
hour
there,
ago.
Jeremiah?
It was out there an hour
Is it
ago.
that way?
It was out there an hour ago.
I-
Had some reindeer mix, some chocolates,
We'll see if he comes back in with it.
some of
Or
that
he
some of that
runs with it.
sugar-coated fruity candy. Oh,
Did you
wow.
get
Here,
it?
here we are. It's still here.
Oh yes.
Well,
there's
maybe-
there's a few things.
Not
left.
not as much. It's survived the hour somehow. Well, wasn't that nice of them to do that?
That was super
But,
nice. Thanks, Jeremiah.
But the hours.
Oh, it smells so good.
The hours are 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on the days that they are open, and I think it's pretty much every day, but
And
Sundays.
Sunday.
Yeah,
And don't forget cash or check only.
right. That's how it has to work. It can't be too complicated when you're doing something temporary like that.
Yep.
All right, and they're not open in January, so they can't go back on the credit cards and stuff like that. Okay, the Wellston Lions Club Santa Claus float did not come to Jackson on Sunday because of the rain. It's not coming on Monday, today, because the forecast is to rain later this morning and into this afternoon. They can't Santa is willing to get wet, the elves are, but the float, you can't expose that to the elements. But here's the good news. Even though the Wellston Santa Claus float is not coming today and did not come yesterday, it's going to come, weather permitting, always weather permitting, on Thursday, December the 19th. That's next Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m. It will tour the streets of Jackson and then come back on Sunday from 2 to 7 p.m.
Cool.
And this is getting pretty close to Christmas. So to book Santa this close, that is something else.
That is. You're not kidding.
We want to tell you about a festive event up at the Wagon Wheelers Hall, and this is for any senior citizen in Jackson County. They're having their Senior Citizens Christmas dinner at the Wagon Wheelers. The doors will open. It's open now, as a matter of fact. They open at 9:30, and then all the fun will start at 10. Live entertainment. A free lunch will be served at 11:30. David Wayne will be doing some entertainment. John Hensler, our commissioner who sings, will be there. I don't mean to set him up that he has to sing, because maybe he won't, but he will be there, and he might sing.
Better be singing.
But he always supports the senior citizen activities. There'll be music, dancing, door prizes, food, and fun. That's open to any senior citizen. You doesn't have to be from Jackson. That's the Jackson County Senior Citizens Christmas Dinner at the Wagon Wheelers Hall. This is also the last day for the Growing Oaks Holiday Cereal Drive at Oak Hill. Donations will be accepted through the end of today. There are drop-off locations for cereal donations at Oak Hill Elementary and Oak Hill Middle High School. And this goes to the Growing Oaks Christmas giveaway, which, they give away so much food at Christmas to the students and families in the Oak Hill School District. The Jackson County Veterans Commission is meeting this afternoon. That's different, Jennifer, because they usually meet later in the year, but they moved the meeting to today at 3:30 p.m. Jennifer Pittman and Scott King wanted us to let everybody know about that. So There you are.
Lots and lots of great things going on in our area as we head as we literally fly toward Christmas. I mean, it's like just right around the corner now. And we hope that you get out and about and enjoy some festivities.
Right, there's still lots going on.
Yep.
Still lots going on. We'll be reporting on some of that too. I didn't even get into that right now.
So what is the most wild thing you saw on Friday in Columbus at the mall? Did you see anything, people getting in a fight over a Cabbage Patch doll or anything?
I saw what was close to a demolition derby of 2 or 3 people angling for the closest parking spot to a store that they all wanted to go into.
Yes.
And it wasn't a handicapped spot either. They just didn't want to have to walk any further than they had to.
Isn't it amazing it's always amazing to me that people will drive around for 20 minutes looking for a spot where you could just park and you'd already been in the mall by then.
Right.
Like,
Right. And the rules in the parking lot, I think it changes for some people. You know how normally if you've got 2 cars coming from one direction, there's a parking spot to the right. The person on the right kind of has the right of way because they're there. Not necessarily.
No,
not necessarily.
Not at Christmas time.
No, if somebody gets there first, you
Did you find
gotta be careful.
Yeah, right. Did you find that people were grumpy or were they in the holiday spirit?
Holiday spirit.
Good.
I mean, I can say that. People seem to be happier.
Good.
Now, if they
I've noticed a little bit happier moods this year.
If they were there
for
for
some
6
reason.
hours, they might have worn down a little bit on that. But but I thought overall people were in a festive mood.
Good. Well, you get hangry after a while, right?
You get that too. There's food courts there for that.
There are. All right. Well, Pete, thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. And of course, we will be back tomorrow. So have a great day. Some rain in the forecast today, but much warmer temperatures. And so we hope that you enjoy that. And we'll see you right back here in the morning. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.